Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV, and it's gonna be weird seeing this now, considering when this video is gonna be coming out for YouTube, but welcome to the days of early access. It's 8 minutes since the server's launched for Endwalker. I always say this is before I've done any of the story for Endwalker. We are going to be tackling the job quests for Reaper, which is level 70 through, I'm assuming 90? Because I'm not running under the assumption that we will unlock a level 90 quest for our jobs upon completing Endwalker. So I'm going off of that assumption. So before people get crowded around here, because give it like 20 minutes, there's gonna be a flood of people around here most likely. So let's get this done so I can go over and get so I can get Sage unlocked too. So, Guy. Let's get myself a Reaper. I've been waiting for this. You're the fighting sort, yes, and by the looks of it, one of no mean skill. My employer is in desperate need of a woman of your talents, you see. He's been beset by threats from an unsavory group of thugs known as the Lemuras. Their leader demands my master part with some of his considerable wealth, or, well, I'll just tell you that they call her the Reaper, and leave the rest to your imagination. We don't intend to acquiesce to these churlish demands without a fight, and a stouter arm by our side would go further to ensure our survival. Your arm, perhaps? In case the opportunity to perform a good deed isn't enticing enough, please be reminded that my master possesses considerable wealth. If you would aid us, please come with haste to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, or we might make our stand against these brutes. Okay. People are ooh. I like that. Now more than ever, I have to make sure that the chat is blocked with my image, so well, yeah, because even by the time this video comes out for YouTube, which won't be for a while, won't be for a couple months if anything. See, look how many people are already here, and it's like 10 minutes after the server's launch for your early access. You can't even see the NPC. I know why you're here, and if you mean to lay a finger on my coin purse, you have to pry from my cold, lifeless Master Gigi Lio. That's how you say it, right? Probably not. She's a friend. This adventure has agreed to help. We'll show you the Reaper what her empty intimidations are worth. I see. My apologies, madam. Tensions have been high as of late, as I'm sure you can understand. For reasons that elude me, these Lemuras have been made my life a waking nightmare. At sight and scene, they have demanded I begin paying them for the luxury of my own life. Rumors abound of their origins. Some say they are detritus of some barbaric nation. They flaunt our laws and threaten their betters with impunity. They're led by a dead-eyed killer who draws their scythe at the smallest sight or slights. Refuse their payments of coin, she takes her share of your lifeblood instead. Rubbish, I say. The Reaper is not but a toothless bandit. Interesting theory you have there. Care to test it? Who's here? It's the Reaper! You're the Reaper! Look at that thing. Oh, you're perceptive, ain't you? Suppose that's how you came to be in possession of so many shiny things. What do we have here? Hiring more help while your ledgers remain unbalanced. You wouldn't be trying to wiggle out your way of paying us for a job well done, would you? What was about the sight unseen? My, how do you keep the lies straight? You didn't tell your hired muscle here what great friends we were. So great, in fact, that you trusted none other than me in your mind to put the scare into your competition. A job we were happy to do. You can't find your fortune in this fair city without stepping over a few bodies on the way after all. And as flexible as our morals are, I'm afraid without the coin to bend them, we only have one recourse. Unless... That's a nice looking scythe. One does wonder how you found yourself with a bodyguard of such uncommon metal. I know ons of fear in that gaze, not a mote of puffed up arrogance either. This last, my dear Gigi Lio, is the genuine article. She has what we in the mercenary trade call the killer instinct. How's this? For the sake of our long-standing friendship, I'll make it simple. Allow me to take this adventure off your hands and the debt's forgiven. What? That's all? I believe this is what they what them in your trade called a bargain. As for you, adventurer, it seems you've been made a free agent. But if you're still inclined to put those instincts of yours to use, come visit our headquarters in Pearl Lane. The door's open. Ooh, I definitely will. It's a nice looking scythe. Look at that thing. I want it. I'm guessing that's the job. It's the job artifact. Just assuming. Just assuming. I want to get these videos done, so these first bits done, so I can get so I can get Sage unlocked, so I can get to grinding. The boss told me you'd be along. Coming in? Sure. Oh shit. Image! Boss, the guest of honor has arrived. Ah, the savior of Alamigo and Doma deigns to appear before me. Oh, she's done her research. I've heard all about you. It's not hard to win this. It's not hard to end this. It's not hard to end this line of work. The story is to paint you as a ferocity incarnate, a force of nature if you have survived. Peace, friend. I have no desire to put the killer to the proof personally. I don't have a death wish. Huh. You should tell that to Zeno or Zeno. You can call me Drusilla. I'm just call you Dross. I'm a Reaper, one of many, and the leader of this little family here. That's why I invited you into our home. There's a job I'd like you to take care of for me. I don't. Depends on the job. Now, don't you worry about that virtuous heart of yours, eh? I wouldn't ask you to do something that's bend the law. This job is purely for the benefit of your fellow man. All I do is kill one for me. Though perhaps kill ain't the right word, seeing he's already dead. Don't look so surprised. I know you've seen the dead walk. This time you'd be up against the Void Scent, come here to unleash its singular brand of wickedness upon the world. It won't be an easy task. The evil driving this monster black as the void nears deep, countless souls have succumbed to its hunger. Worthy prey for one inclined to heroics, don't you think? You can't face it as you are, though, stored as your strength may be. I'll need to train you in techniques that will let you pierce the void and slaughter its kin. What could you have to teach me? Oh, hello. Don't see many garlands in Ul'dah, do you? Let alone ones as savage as this. Save your startled gasps. I'm not out of surprises yet. Ooh. Hold your hand to the crystal here. If you're made of the stuff I think you are, then you're in for a treat. Ooh, look at that. That's it. I knew you had what it takes. This would be the Avatar, a manifestation of your essence and the Stygian power of the Void Stone on the other side. A Void Stone to which, if you so choose, will bind to yourself. You'll gain skills unlike anything you've ever known. Skills that have allowed people like me to operate in the shadows and kill those that need killing since time immemorial. And your first assignment, should you walk this path, is to use the power of one Void Stone against another for the betterment of the realm. Your reward will be the wisdom of countless generations of Garland assassins. But if siding with my kind makes your stomach churn, then take your indignation and piss off! If the thought of having one foot in the void twists your guts, worse— oh shit. The text is auto! And if you're getting concerned for sanctity of your soul, then you take your virtue and piss off! However, if you've done none of the aforementioned objections, and you don't mind walking the knife's edge twixt life and death, then you'll have the tools to see your justice done and done right every time. This is the choice you must make, and soon, every moment of our course stalks the land as another opportunity for it to do harm. Wow, trying to rush me into a decision now, aren't you? I like the music. This music. It kind of reminds me of a wall marker from Final Fantasy VII. I take it you come to a decision, am I right? There'll be no turning back once you've chosen, mind you. You'll dance with death and return as an envoy, or you won't return at all. So what'll it be? I'll not suffer this voice and death on the inside. I will dance. I'm not much of a dancer. Oh, that's just interesting. I wonder if this dialogue would be different if I was a dancer. I prefer to keep my offense on listening to you. Well, not stuff the voice and the hurt and isn't. I will dance. Very good, then let's not waste time. Deck up this crystal and attest to both worlds that you walk as a reaper. Bind yourself to the void and claim the strength of that weak heart churn or shun. Through the avatar at your side does the voice and bring its power to bear, feeding upon the souls of the fiends you cut down in return. Not a bad arrangement, eh? But I'm sure you're tired of words. Here, the traditional weapon of our order. Let's see how it looks strapped into your back. I like this music. And I like this new quest thing. Reapers unlocked! Yes! I also noticed my edge in my HP too, because they downscaled all the values, all the damage outputs, all the HP, everything value-wise has been downscaled quite a lot. So before I had like 130,000 HP, now I have 28,000. So it's kind of a little unnerving seeing it downscaled so drastically. But let's equip this thing. Let's just see what the attire looks like. I already have gear prepped. Well, I don't want to compare. I want to equip. Oh, look at that. Let me actually get gear on. Soul gauge. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll mess with the hotbars at another time. Let me actually get gear on. See what it looks like. Look at that! It's not bad gear at all. Kind of like it, honestly, but it's just not for me. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, though. Oh man! But I already got gear, so I'm all prepped and ready to go. Oops. Yes, sir! I do not want to update my gear set. I want to make a brand new one. It's been so long. I'm good. I had to mess with my hotbars yet again. Let me get rid of that. Look at that. What's the run animation looking like? It's the same pretty much, almost. I'm loving Reaper. I've been super excited of Reaper. It sucks it's not gonna be my main for Cessa, because Cessa is gonna remain as a white mage. But it's super nice. And I love the stance for it too. Let me do the victory stance. Where's the victory stance? Victory! I think it was victory. Ooh. Nice. Where's the battle stance? Where's the battle stance that we've seen in the trailer? Nice. Not quite done yet though. There's one more stop I gotta make. I need to go to Quarry. Because over the last couple months, as you know, I've leveled all my classes. And now, since I have 99 ether pools, that's not what I want. Forge an ether grid. Request to keep your ether pool gear. So I need the sage. I mean that's not bad. I mean I was kind of expecting more than that, to be honest with you. Where's the sage one at? Or the Reaper? What's Reaper look like? Reaper! Oh, it's nice. Look at that. Oh shit! I want that. I need that. I need 6 of them. So I need 6 grips. Wait. Strengthen your arm. Reduced by 10. Those are the grips I need, right? Because I've never done this before. Okay, yeah. I guess it makes sense because kinda takes up a lot more. I guess it makes sense because kinda is the upgraded version from these. Ugly. What does the base one look like? Ugly. It's just like bleh. All right. I need 6 the deals. Okay, so I can only get 1, which is unfortunate. But I can always go back and pause it later if I want to grind out another 40. I mean, I really have no intention of going back and pause it at all. But if it's just to grind out another 40, I mean that's I can handle that. Plus, I always have heaven and hide too. Honestly, I don't really like the kindas for sage. So I need to get this. And then I need another 3 more. Oh, they changed the little symbol too for the achievements. Wow, you need the whole thing. Jeez, what's my ether blood now? Like 9? Jesus, holy shit. Because this is the first time I've actually requested to keep my ether pool for kinda. Let me do this. So the so so my FC can see what it looks like.
Nice, I got it!
Oh, sweet. Look at that. Oh, it's awesome. That's fucking cool. Now, what does the HOH one look like? HOH, Heaven on Highs, isn't that all that special, honestly? But, I just want to see. I mean, if HOH is for Sage, it looks pretty good. I might get it, assuming it's not too much. Who's the guy? Who's the guy? You're the guy. Alright, so we got... Oh, wow, we need 10 for these. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, I have 99, so I don't even have enough. These don't glow, by the way. That's cool, but it doesn't glow. It's just that. It has a faint glow to it, but not like the Palace of the Dead ones. Ew, those are like sewing needles. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, honestly. Sage kind of got the shaft. I don't like those at all, man. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, I gotta get my hotbar set up. I got a level. Thankfully, we can go into Zadnor for this. So, once I'm level 80, I will be back to tackle on the job quests. Alright, we are back. We are level 80. Oh man, I had a lot of fun with leveling Reaper. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it on my main character. It was pretty damn fun. Oh man. You should have seen Zadnor. It's crazy. There's so many Reapers and Sages in Zadnor right now. But we got some job quests to do, so let's knock these out of the park. Alright, the Harvest Moon begins. I said Harvest Moon. How do you find the way to the scythe in your hands? Please, and I hope, now that we have a bit more in common, it's time to become better acquainted. What's the name of our newest Reaper? Cecilla. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but so it is with Eorzean names. But with every new one I learn, one is forgotten. Yours can replace Gigi Lio. After our little conversation, I think he'll give us a wide berth. And in road, we have more worthwhile concerns than shifty merchants, namely getting you converse well and proper in the tricks of our trade. And the best way to do that is through battle. One of the families having trouble with a particularly vexing fiend and has sent word of asking for assistance. He goes by the name of Arngus, and he's stationed out near Cutter's Cry. Not much of a fighter, but he's got a keen mind for trade, and he can find a needle and a stack of needle. That makes no sense. A needle and a stack of needles. I think they're supposed to say a needle and a stack. Find a hay and a needle and a hay stack. A stack of hay. Because finding a needle in a stack of needles. that doesn't make sense. We best hurry before he gets up at the bottom of some monster's gullet. A needle and a stack of needles. I think we meant stacks of hay. It's okay. We all have the first day jitters. It's okay. All right. I'm going the wrong way. Woo! But yeah, I'm really gonna like Reaper from a main character. Sage took a lot of adjusting. I was not really liking Sage at first, but I started to warm up to it quite a lot once I figured out ins and outs of how to do the job, and I'll talk about more when I get to the Sage video. Boss, who's this? Are you sure we should be getting an outsider involved? Thank you for your discretion, Arngus, but it ain't needed. She has a personal She has a personal contract with me, so consider her a mercenary in service to the family. Whatever you'd say in front of me, you can say in front of her. By your will, boss. Our Chimera has been making these sands a living hell for anyone who dares to wander into its territory, which be us, since our trade route cuts through it. The men I've hired to carry my goods are scared to death and I can't blame them. None of us are fit for monster hunting, so I sent for you. We'll see what we can do, Arngus. We might want to find a rock or to hide behind, though. Chimeras aren't known for being the most discriminating of beasts. Don't I know it from HOH? Time to put your new skills to good use, Tesla. Okay, don't worry. I've already practiced up in Zadnor. Let's get on with the hunt, eh? Well, we need to draw out the Chimera with Myrmidon meat. Now, to accustom yourself to the Reaper's tools, harvest the souls of the fallen to call forth your avatar. Okay. Best Reapers, I figured it. I know how to do this. I know how this works now. It's a pretty fun job, honestly. Whew, lag. Take more to kill a group of hope. It'll be an easy thing to summon your avatar. Let's move on to the fun bit of your avatar to help you strike fear in the hearts of your foes. Give it will hurt from the flank and Gal will surprise them from behind. You can swarm use guillotine to carve yourself some space. Good, positionals. My favorite thing. Chimera won't be able to resist the smell of blood, so make sure you suck those sands in it. Okay. Wonderful. Pretty simple job. Fill a gauge, use your special abilities. No, you know how it goes. Guillotine is your AoE. Guillotine like a true killer. Reaper feasts of souls in one fell swoop. Alright, steel yourself for a battle. It's pretty fun job, honestly. I really love Reaper. Our target rise. Finishes will let you keep its head as a trophy. I've killed so many chimeras, I don't need another one. As long as your avatar is by your side, monsters like this are nothing more than easy prey. Show me what you've been listening to. I'll give your avatar a feast to remember. Remember to position yourself. Give it from the side, gallows from the rear. Simple enough, right? Yeah, it's simple, but I don't do positionals. Pretty fun job. I love Reaper. Reaper didn't take me nearly as long to get used to as Sage did. And I'll talk more about Sage when I actually get to that the Sage video. But out of the 2 jobs that were added, this is definitely my favorite. Absolutely. Remember to position yourself. Give it from the side, gallows from the rear. I figured that, lady. You got this to fill your gauge. Getting on how far is optimized was kind of a pain in the ass, but okay. Bloody impressive, that. I knew there was something about you, but truth be told, I didn't expect you to be making such clean work with that chimera. I reckon even I might be hard pressed to match that display. You know when you tell when you see it, boss. And with that, the cerulean will flow once more. Among his many roles, Argus is a merchant of sorts. He sells cerulean at a price that'd make those guilt pinchers at Amagina and Sons balk, but it still turns a pretty profit. We can barely keep up with demand despite the occasional beast or two button into our affairs. All thanks to you, boss, and our countrymen up north, of course. Here's to getting back to business as usual. I guess he's a Garling too. Cerulean ain't easy to come by, as you well know. Amagina and Sons protects their monopoly with a gilded fist, but they've yet to force the Imperial stragglers up north out of the market. Now, before you go off running off to the flames, let me assure you that this arrangement is entirely above board. Selling goods to Imperials is forbidden by law, but there are nary a good word writ about buying from them. I know you Eorzeans like to call Garlands all by all sorts of colorful names. Bastards, tyrants, invaders, and we've got all those and worse. But while many a foul deed has been committed for the glory of the Empire, we ain't megalomaniacs to a man. Even amongst the pure bloods, those that don't always do so by choice. It could be argued that we're all casualties of the great Machina's ambition. No small number of Empire's troops would return home in a heartbeat if they could, but the world being what it is, most settle for sending their family with what few coins they can afford to part with. Yeah, forced into servitude, yeah, it kinda sucks. Also, yours wouldn't suffer a whit of color to complicate their black and white view. But if you're going to fight with us, you should learn the truth of our past. Long ago, long before the Empire, our forebears lived in Locus Ominous, down in southern Isambard. With temperature climes and fertile earth the land provided, Many of us are but simple farmers, harvesting abundant crops with the same scythes that reapers would eventually wield. You would cut crops with something like that? But gifts are ever the object of envy. When not tilling the fields, our ancestors were forced to defend them. Every year they yielded a few more ilms, and some 800 years ago, now they were driven from Locus Omnis completely. Hello. They fled north to the frozen region that would become Garlemald. Even there, they fought tooth and nail for the scant resources of that frigid land. From the fires of hardship, the first Magitech devices forged, and with innovation upon innovation, a humble group of farmers grew into an insatiable empire. But before that miraculous twist of fate, we were a dying breed, bereft not only of magic, but of hope itself. With no natural advantages to speak of, our mere survival was in question. And yeah, it looks like a pretty harsh place to live. I can't wait to get there and see it for myself. From harsh necessity were the Reapers born. We turned our tools to weapons and struck a bargain with the whispers in the dark. With the Void's power, we could strike at an army's beating heart, slay the generals and throw the rank and file into disarray. Our way is to end battles before the sparks catch, to sacrifice the one for the many, to keep Avaricius, whatever that word is, hands away from family, friends, and lovers. And now its power belongs to you. Remember our story. Remember what drives a woman to the void, and you'll not be led onto deeper temptations. Our work here is done. I'll see you back at headquarters. Alright. That's an interesting bit of story. Now, again, I'm under the assumption that, yeah, we got a new fancy Ethernet, so let's use it to figure out where I'm going. So, this is such a great addition. I love this addition. I know where I'm fucking traveling now. Shit. Alright. For your first outing, you did good. I think you've earned the right to know who this thought you've thrown yourself in with is. You might have gathered this yourself, but the Luminaries are formed to support those guardians who live in exile. It ain't easy to be far from home, let alone in a place where most would consider gut you rather than help offering hand. The only place to make a living is the shadowy corners that lie outside the watchful gaze of the law. Now, I don't expect you to embrace us like brothers and sisters straight away, but know this, I do expect you to apply yourself to this job. Don't worry, I'm looking forward to it, honestly. If Cecil's main job wasn't a white mage, I would probably change to Reaper. In the meantime, I'll be working with the family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. I expect that site to be like an extension of your own body when next we speak. Alright. Ah, there you are, looking deadly enough, that sight to make me weak at the knees. I'd wager it's time we stopped faffing about and made ready to hunt our target. My Limeras have been hard at work scraping together what information they can. Let's see what they've got. Everyone here? Good. Angus, I guess you met. No further command or related incidents you'll be happy to hear. The overly chipper lass over there is Herman. Make your acquaintances. As you know, our core is a void sen. He goes by the name of Orcus. He's eluded the best, but these two are a step above that. Tell us what you found. By your will, boss. I asked around about the unsolved murders and disappearances, seeing if any involved someone matching the description you had provided. There is as many missing people as there are grains of sand, and no shortage of tragedies either. One, however, stood out among the rest. A woodcutter in the Black Shroud disappeared without a trace. No body, no belongings, nothing. An odd enough occurrence by itself, but the sightings of a stranger with skin pale as snow near his last known whereabouts piqued our interest. Now that's a promising start, but those woods are crawling with bandits and brigands of all sorts. Duskwights and keepers are said to come in ghostly hues. Are we sure this man ain't one of them? As sure as I've ever been, boss. How many bandits have eyes the color of blood? It's a match too close to ignore. I can't gainsay that. We have a lead. If I may, boss, are you sure we need the help of this outsider? How much trouble could one voice in be? Herman! She's standing right there, for God's sake! No, she's right. I've always told you to turn a wary eye to those outside the family. She's just doing her due diligence. But trust me when I say we need every advantage we can afford. I made the mistake of judging Orcus' strength before, and for my hubris, my family, my flesh and blood family, was slain. All of them. Ugh. Was planning on holding that back a bit longer, but just before the Lumeras, I swore two things. I'd repay that suffering 1,000-fold, and I'd never let that bastard take anything from me again. I mean to keep my vow, and I trust I can count on you to help. You don't have to ask twice, boss. Your wounds are our wounds, even the ones that become scars. We'll see your vengeance rot. All these years I've scrapped to make a place for us. I look forward to the day he'd pay his dues. But it ain't just for me that we have to hunt him down either. He's a blight on yours itself, and the longer we let it fester, the more suffering will spread. We need to corner him now while we have the chance. Are you ready, Cecilla? You know those woods as well as any of us, and we'll need your experience if we hope to be back before supper. Much appreciated. Alright, let's get to it then. Herman, I want you to hear an Ul'dah, keeping your ear to the ground for any news of Orcus' movements. Argus, you lead us to where this woodcutter disappeared. By your will, boss, that'd be the central shroud, so your best chance, of course, would be to set off for the Bent Branch Meadows. Woohoo! Alright, off we go. But yeah, I'm still under the assumption that, oh, that's a nice looking scythe, look at that. I'm still under the assumption that we're getting a level 90 job quest at the end of Endwalker. Like what happened with Shadowbringers, because when we beat Shadowbringers, at least the base story of Shadowbringers, we unlocked the level 80 quest. So I'm assuming you do the same thing here. Good, you made it. Before we set off, allow me to share the circumstances of our poor woodcutter's disappearance. As I heard it, he disappeared and died a week ago. Got lost, some surmise, but he was a seasoned woodsman, not some highborn traveler who forgot to buy a map. I questioned what was closer to him, and none could think of a reason he might have wanted to make himself scarce. He'd even made plans to meet with friends not long from now, but I expect that promise will go unkept. Sounds like we can rule out a voluntary departure. I believe we can. The last person to see the man alive said he took his axe and ventured northwest. And that's where we'll set up a trap. Here, Seth, so take these. A Magitech transceiver and a candle that's scented like a Voidsen's favorite libation, blood. Good, blood-scented candles. Wonderful. Once it's lit and the fumes are wafting through the air, every void scent within 30 gallons will come running. If either of us sees Orcus, let's give the other a shout over the transceiver. As I said before, Orcus isn't having the body of a man, and he can't put on an awfully convincing performance when needs must. Don't give him a chance to work his wiles, or his fangs will be in your neck before you know it. As much as I want to accompany you, I'd only be a liability in a fight. Whether you will find Orcus or not, return here and I'll report back to the Limeris. Good luck and good hunting. Let's hunt me some void scents. Oh, it's down below. I thought that was up here. Alright, who's around here? The stench of blood chokes the air, filling your nostrils with its metallic aroma. However, no ghostly fiends or slavering creature emerges from the underbrush. If there are any voids nearby, they must not be hungry. Damn it. How about here? Dawn by the maleficent odor of the void that rises from the underbrush, though where it bears the resemblance to Orcus, it eyes you with the voracious hunger. Ew. That's a unique looking monster. Look at that thing. Alright. How about the one way over here? Figured to be the one closest to Bent Branch. Oh. Hey guy. I thought I had three locations to send. I'm glad to see in one piece. Now what's that you have in your hand? I got a ring. You see the void was carrying this? That ring. Where'd you find it? I see. Then there can be no doubt. The voice that Cecil slew is the very same one that murdered our woodcutter. Murdered? Are you saying? While I was searching for a place to set my trap, I spotted a shallow grave. A hasty dug and poorly hidden. Under a thin layer of dirt was a body matching the description of the woodcutter. A wholly nondescript fellow, save for the mark of a ring removed from his finger. Doubtless the ring was his demise. Shiny baubles had our common fixation for void scent. Probably didn't spare a thought for the owner, only the prize, and I suppose we can take comfort in the knowledge that it'll harm no one else. Orcus or not, I'd say this expedition was a success after a fashion. I should apprise the whales of what's transpired. You two catch some well-trained rest. Thank you kindly, Argus. Arnagus? Is it Arnagus? Because of the E? I'm gonna go Arnagus. Well then, I'll see you back at headquarters. Alright. Back to Uldar we go. Whee! I love the safety net menu. It's such a great change, honestly. I can't get over it. I don't know why that wasn't in the game in the first place. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Vincenzo, you headed in? Yes. Why did I read that? I don't know. Why is my chat box not blocked? Maybe he didn't give the satisfaction I promised, but I'm sitting here with our heads in our hands. It wouldn't do us any good. Let's be happy with one less voicing praying will help us woodcutters. Only good voicing, the dead voicing. You're here, nothing comes of their endless hunger for ether but bloodshed and tragedy. We're at the cusp of ending 2 decades of misery. That's long ago. That's how long ago orcas came into this world, raging like an animal free from his cage and leaving my family dead in its wake. The grief he's caused since then is immeasurable. No matter where his accursed feet take him, his hunger follows and the realm bleeds to restate it. Of course, we aren't the only ones hunting him, but he's as clever as he is vicious, and not even the finest trackers have been able to keep on his trail for long. Don't lose heart yet, boss. While you were away, I was making the rounds, and I might have found something that'll soon bear fruit. Arnagus is following up on it as we speak. I swear, someday that man is going to keel over for my account. Still, there's no one else I trust to tell me the difference between truth and hysteria. That being said, his work takes time to do right. Use a chance to hone your skills, and if all goes to plan, next time we speak, you'll have a golden opportunity to test them. Alright. Is it time? Apologies, Cessa, but we're still waiting on Arnagus to come through. There's not much for you to do around here until then, unless you have a knack for cleaning. Herman is good at wheedling away at promising stories and whatnot, but getting to the truth of those stories is a craft just as delicate as weaving. I'm sure you've seen firsthand about how bad a bit of information can lead to elaborate plans coming apart at the seams. Oh, don't I know it? Boss! Calm down, lad. Breathe. What's gotten into you? It's Arnagus. He's been murdered. What? Tell me I heard that wrong. I'm afraid not. The brass plate's found him half buried in the sands not bells ago. Just lying there, like some bloody animal carcass. They're bringing him to Erleg's burial chamber as we speak. I'd be pissed too. Whoever doesn't know the reckoning they've got coming. Before I'm done with them, they'll be begging to crawl back into their mother's womb. I want just as much as you, Herman, I do. But it sounds like these need to look to the boss for guidance. As you can see, Seth, emotions are running high. I should stay here until Herman cools off. Can you let the boss know we're standing by and waiting for her command? Like as not, she's gone to pay her respects. My buddy, no! I was beginning to like him. Damn it. It's like Shadowbringers all over again. You begin to like somebody and they kill him. Fuck. Alright. I need to go to the Thaumaturgs Guild. No, maybe it's not him. Maybe it's somebody else. Sorry, Sissa, I ain't in the mood for chit chat. Who knows? Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's a trick. Where's the bloody keeper? My lady prithee, the dead must be let to rest. The dead are gonna have one more among them if you don't shut your trap and listen. The boss blade brought in a body not long ago. Show me to it. Ah yes, that they did. But are you the deceased family? If not, I'm afraid we cannot. Family? Family? Arnagus was like a son to me. Like a son? Ordinarily that would be he is interred in the innermost coffin. However, I must advise you not to gaze up on the body. Met. If she insists, then so be it. God damn it, Arnegus. Told you not to go and get yourself. Don't, Cecil. This isn't for you. I'm sorry for barging in here for all the bluster. If you can forgive my rudeness, promising that Arnegus gets sent off well and proper. Of course, he shall be. However, if you wish to intern within the city gates, well, such sought-after space comes to at no small expense. I don't care what it costs. Just send your man to Lemura's headquarters to collect what you require. Cecil, I appreciate you coming to find me, but there's someone else I have to speak with first. I'm heading up the stone's throw. Come along if you please, but come along in silence. Alright. Stone's throw, huh? Where the hell's that? Oh. Okay. And thanks to the handy dandy trusty map, I know where I'm going! Especially when I teleport to these gates. This is where Arnegus' dear boyfriends are living. Best get this over with. Listen, this thing can be pretty. She ain't gonna take this easy. Arnegus never forgot the debt he owed you. The debt we both owed you. And so his loyalty ran even deeper than that. It's a strange thing to look back on the people we were. A decade younger and a lifetime of more foolish. Young lovers, proud patriots, blissfully ignorant, returned to Locus Ominous, the cradle of our people. A triumphant homecoming for the Guardians after centuries in exile. The once mighty invaders had been laid low, driven back and whence they came, and it was a banner day that Arnegus was honored with a post there. The honor and pride quickly faded when we saw the truth of Locus Ominous. Amonis? I can't say that word. Amonis? Amonis? I think it's Amonis. I could be wrong though. We hadn't just defeated our enemies, we had clapped them in irons and condemned them to a life of servitude. Descendants of those who driven our ancestors north so many generations ago, made to pay the crimes of their forebears. Superiors were certainly pleased with the poetry of it all. Arnegus, however, could not simply look away from their suffering, let alone take pleasure in it. Confronted with the reality of the place we would call home, his conscience demanded he take action. He began cooperating with the resistance, but the eyes of the Fermentarium are all seeing, and before long he was ousted as a sympathizer. 'Twas only by the grace of the good fortune that we escaped with our lives. I had often lain awake at night, wondering if he had outlived his usefulness to the resistance, or perhaps it was a petty senior officer that orchestrated our fall. Regardless of the cause, the outcome was the same. We could never return to the Empire. We fled to Eorzea by the way of Razanhan, the only route open to us. It wasn't soon after stepping out in the docks of Limits that your luck ran out, as I recall. Stopped by Yellow Jackets and accused of being Imperial spies. Aye, but we still managed to make an escape. We ran and ran, terrified that our pursuers would one day catch up to us. That is, until we met you. Had you not taken us under your wing when you did, I shudder to imagine our fate. Your gratitude's the last thing I deserve, lass. If I hadn't sent Arnegus off on a damn fool's errand, he'd still be alive. It was Orcus that killed him, and no mistake. He died for my vengeance. I can't tell you how sorry I am. No, he didn't apologize. I know he was happy. As long as he was helping you, he was happy. The blame for his death doesn't rest on your shoulders. It rests on the man, the monster that murdered him in cold blood. I expect you to see answers for his crimes, for me, and for Arnegus. I will, lass. I will. Unless I swear everything I have to swear. You know, every time we get bad news, literally every time the Scions at headquarters got attacked, someone dies, some big disaster happens, it always rains. Every single time. We need to talk, Cessa. Someone with fewer prying eyes. Come meet me at the bridge to the north. Every time something happens, every time something like this happens, a tragic event, you know, someone's dog got lost, it always rains. Alright, what's a blast? I owe an apology, Cessla, for not telling you everything about me and Orcus from the start. I dragged you into a fight against a foe that's cunning, brutal, and utterly merciless. I thought with all of us together we'd tip the scales in our favor. Ooh, I kinda like this music. Ooh. It kinda reminds me of something out of Final Fantasy IX, honestly. Or Final Fantasy VIII. Well. No. Oh, it's just a remix of this theme of Void Arc. Never mind. But I was wrong, and Arnegus paid the price for my hubris. The void scent we tracked in the black shot was like one of Orcus' minions, but I was too caught up in my grand scheme to realize it at the time. I should have thought about why I tried to hide that body. Your common void scent wouldn't have the guile to bury a kill, but what if Orcus taught it that as a way to throw your trackers off its scent, and to dangle bait for me and mine? Orcus has used that same trick in the past, and he knows that we know it too. By dispatching his minions, we drew his attention. Arnegus was a warning. Orcus doesn't give his prey a swift death. He toys with them, cuts them into them, severs the screams. That's how I knew he was responsible. It's like a signature, the way he leaves the bodies when he's had his fill. I only pray Arnegus doesn't take that suffering with him to the next life. Orcus will be coming for you or me next. Not right away though. That'd be giving up the game. He wants us to keep looking over our shoulders, sleeping with one eye open. He'll wear us down without even lifting a finger. And when he finally strikes, we'll be dead out on our feet. Playthings for him to do as he pleases. That won't do. We need to bring the fight to him. No more waiting around for a lead to come to us. It won't be easy, but can I still count on your help? For Arnegus, we can't let his death go in vain. Thank you, Cessla. And if you got no qualms risking life and limb for Arnegus to fight for me, then I've got no qualm calling you a member of my family. Family. I'm curious, where'd that? Speaking of which, is that him? It looks like him. Check this guy out. Bloody. It's him, Cessla. Orcus. Some persistent rats were nibbling on my tail. Should have known by their stench it was you or yours, Drusilla. Or should I call you granddaughter? Shut your mouth, you thrice damned monster! Monster? Is that any way to greet our beloved elder? Children these days. Seems one death wasn't punishment enough for you. A second should suffice for the scant reminder of your being. Cecil, we're ending this right here and now. Follow my lead. I thought we might save our reunion for a little longer, but if you insist, I shall feast upon your beating here, hard here and now. Die! Not but dregs left in that desiccated vessel of yours. Too long as the hide been left in the sun. But your family has been replenished with fresh blood, I see. My, what a bounteous soul this one has. Your sight may be dull, but your eyes are sharp as ever. Blinding as the sun, pure as the snow. Delectable as a boar slathered in grease. Oh god, look at this guy. I had thought to make a quick meal of you, but perhaps, just this once, forbearance is in order. Such a singular specimen must be given time to fatten, to fulfill its succulent potential. 'Twould be a travesty to consume you ere you achieve perfection. When your soul is ripe with fear, swollen with hatred, and fit to birth with despair, I shall return for you, Cecil, and I shall gorge. Till that time, sup well, my growing whelp. Can't wait to kick your ass, bitch. Curse these old bones. It was right in front of me and I could have ended in one swing. For a moment, just one moment, I saw it all again. My family slaughtered, lying at his feet, my life slipping away. And that was enough. Doubtless you have more than a few questions, I'll answer them, I promise, but now's not the time, trust me. Standing around kicking the sand won't change what's done. Let's return to the headquarters and let the wind cool down our heads. Then we can consider our next course of action. Again, every time something like this happens, it's always in the freaking rain. It was my own fault. If I hadn't stood there slack-jawed, if I wasn't so damn slow, we'd be rid of that abomination once and for all. What you saw used to be my grandfather, before Orcus took over. He looks green enough to be my own grandchild now. Trick of the void, like as not. It's no secret that if a voidsman doesn't want to devour you, it probably wants to take possession of your flesh. But Orcus has a particular talent for it. As you doubtless surmise, he's got an insatiable craving for ether. Killing is only a prelude to the act of gulping down our essence like a draught of ale after a day's work. He's old. I can't say exactly how old, and he's acquired a taste for the finer things. Seems your soul counts amongst the finest he's ever seen. Things just keep getting better for us, don't they? Won't be the first time someone set their sights on my soul. Huh. That's true. That's so. Used to being a prize pig, are we? Anyway, it's clear that safety is no longer something we can take for granted. Not even in a crowded street. Not even in the middle of the day. Keep your eyes peeled and watch out for those terrible red eyes. Percent chuckles for the moment, but I think I'll strip something and send you for you as soon as I can. Until then, never sleep far from your scythe. Don't you worry about a thing. God, that's the Orcus hasn't sunk his teeth in you yet, Cecil. Don't go thinking he's given up on trying, though. He's out there savoring you from a distance. Can't resist checking on his prize, just as he can't resist seeking out morsels to tide him over to his feast. The reports we received of a man pale as death skulking about the sands is proof of that. Then there's the matter of his blunted dagger. We don't know who sent it, but we do know what it means. It's a warning commonly used by the less savory elements in Ul'dah. A warning that the next will be delivered sharp and straight to our bellies. More fool them. They've no notion to what we've faced and lived, thinking we'd soil our small clothes over empty threats. Let's hope it's nothing more than that, lass. Seeing as we need to follow up on these reports sooner than later, anyone fancy a bit of fresh air? If we catch a whiff of Orcus's foul stench, all the better. Cess, I want you to ask around near Blackbrush Station, and I'll head to Stone's Throw. When you're done, meet me there, and we'll share what we've dug up. I can do that. I recognize that self-asserted stride. The mark of one ready to take on the world and then some. It must be the Erzan Reaper the boss sent word about. I'm almost disappointed to tell you nothing is amiss. A soldier in me would have loved to see a Reaper in action. I once fought in the Imperial Army, though you wouldn't think you wouldn't think it to look at me now. I served proudly under Lord Valens in my youth, until the day he ordered us to use common folk as fodder in some pointless skirmish. I refused and was sentenced to death for my candor. Needless to say, I didn't keep that appointment. Compared to that evil, toothless threads and ghosts are no bother, but the less jaded are the more excitable. The one last, in particular, has jumped in its shadows. She claims to have seen all manner of terrors, but I suspect she'd be startled by her own reflection. Still, if you want to lend an ear to her delusions, you can find her in Lost Hope. That's all we done. Lost Hope, huh? It's a fitting place to be. With a fitting name. Oh boy. Oh, hello. Who are you? Oh, Giselle received my missive. She sent someone to rid us of this evil, terrible watch waiting in the wings. Truly she cares for us as if we were her own flesh and blood, which is more than I can say about my own. Not once have I longed to return to the life of comfort I left behind in Garlemald, and I have Drusilla to thank for that. She isn't the reason I left home in the first place, of course. Had I not met my beloved, I would likely still be feasting on lemon cakes in ignorance. And ignorance of love and of freedom. I found the former in Garlemald and the latter in Eorzea, as our new life blossomed into something beautiful. Not every day has been easy, but not even most days. But Drusilla's watchful eyes kept us safe, and our freedom was worth any treasure of hardship. Such terrible fear gripped my heart when my beloved told me of the pale man he spotted on the sands. And now that the family's come to help, I can breathe a sigh of relief. I'm sure you wish to know precisely where to find that horrid creature, but I cannot help half so well as my beloved might. Seek him in the north-southeast and pray to put an end to this nightmare. Okay. Where you at, guy? Life? Through deviled mist, the hunter doth now tread, tracking the scent of a quarry others dread. The darkest night cry for a keeper. Lo, by your side she walks, the reaper. What are you, a bard? Apologies for the effusive display, friend. I'm a poet, you see, and I cannot resist putting into words the flood of emotion that accompanies such a striking figure as yours. Who? Ah! Monster! Voidson. Emanating from this point, potent, powerful. I can't take on one of those. I've faced those many in my day. Thank you, my savior, my godsend. What could have aided you, but alas, I suppose pen is a little use in battle. That's true. You can't really do much in a fight. Unless, of course, that battle involves not sword and scythes, but words. Just ask the sire of my beloved, who was even now licking the wounds dealt with the invective verse I had composed after he had the gall to forbid our union. Masterwork of scathing metaphor and subtle remonstration. Alas, for all their pretensions, nobles are anything but subtle in their rage. We were forced to flee, to abandon our homes with only our love for sustenance. Nevertheless, I regretted not a single moment of my life in exile. In Aerzia, we found an unexpected treasure: freedom. Freedom of mind and peace. Freedom of mind and freedom of heart. Ah, but I digress. Surely did not seek me out simply to save my life and leave with a nod and smile. Do you wish to commission a poem? Let's get to the real matter here. The Pale Man. I encountered him while I was wandering these arid wastes in search of inspiration. I felt the gaze of some terrible presence upon my back, but when I turned to meet it, he was standing there, grinning like a butcher in a bullpen. He wore robes much too thick for those scorched sands. His skin looked as if he had been never kissed by the blazing sun. Worst of all, his eyes were two bottomless pools of blood. I feared my end would come, but then he vanished as quickly as he had appeared. Perhaps I've been reckless. Recent incidents make it clear that the cost of inspiration is higher than I'm willing to pay. I shall return to my beloved for both my safety and hers. Thank you again, my savior. It's a little dangerous for you to be out here. A little dangerous. I mean, nowhere's safe, honestly, since he can appear out of nowhere. So I guess there's that too. Oh boy. Oh. There you are. And another one of his accursed minions. Well, I suppose we can take comfort in the fact that none of the family came to harm, yourself included. Well done. Speaking of which, what do you think of this family you've been thrust into? Speak freely. I haven't lived this long for taking an offense at opinions I don't want to hear. I'm surprised you've all survived this long. I mean, that is kind of a surprise. Seems like any other family to me. I mean, these are all pretty good responses. It doesn't matter what I think, does it? Man, that one's kind of standoffish. I'm surprised you lived this long. It takes more than a brute strength for folks to survive. None of them are fit for life under the Empire's boot, and that's good enough for me. Much as some enlightened types might tell you otherwise, people like to have a say in the life they lead. That's what separates us from those bugs over there. Born queens, workers, drones. Bred into roles ingrained so deep that they wouldn't know how to live otherwise. For the glory and prosperity of the hive. But we've got it in us to be different. Might be born to farming, soldiering, or politicking, but we can choose to walk a different path whenever the fancy should strike. It ain't in our nature to accept a lot without question. No, we have to believe in something, put our faith in it. Only then will we deign the margin step. And indeed, faith of a savage stripe is one way to get us dancing to the same tune. Others might be compelled through faith in logic or law, intangible and invisible, yet cause enough for killing and conquering if it suits the queen. The invaders have sullied our birthright for 8 centuries. No longer we march for Locus Amonis. With a few righteous words, his radiant solace Galvus whipped the hive into a frenzy. Once that fire is burning, the passion of the masses can't soon be quelled, and what was once a wish for home became a holy mission to spread enlightenment. Enlightenment which would not suffer such beliefs as the beastmen held. Countless scores rendered up the souls of the altar on the altar of the Empire until an entire continent was united under a single magitek fist. Those who still dream the dream of unity, a deed worthy of song, yet some awoke to see it for the tyranny it was. My grandfather, Rolus, included. The talents of the Reapers are passed down the bloodlines. Rolus was the best of us, the most accomplished and feared in yours long history. The duty of the Reapers, our role in the Hive, if you will, was to deliver our countrymen from corrupt and power-hungry tyrants. When Garlemald found religion and conquest, its appetite grew to be insatiable. My grandfather pondered this conundrum for many sleepless nights and came to a decision. He would relieve Solus Galvus of his life. Oh. 20 years ago, he slipped into the deepest chambers of the Imperial Palace, silent as a shadow, to hear the Emperor's beating heart. Yet when Rolus returned to me, Solus was alive and well. My grandfather, on the other hand, had a skittishness in his step, and his black hair had turned pale white. You said not of his encounter with the Emperor, save for the most powerful man in Garlemald was no man at all. Shamed in his defeat, my grandfather saw greater power. Bit by bit, he gave more of himself to the void sent behind his avatar. Orcus struck when Rolus was weakest, taking his flesh and soul in one fell swoop. When he was finished, not a mote of my grandfather remained in that body. There was only Orcus. The fiend flew into a rapturous frenzy, and my family were his first victims. I remember the chill his teeth sink into my flesh, gnawing until he reached my very essence. Am I standing here before you then? Oh, Orcus gorged on a soul that night, but it wasn't mine. Not exactly. It was my avatar that filled his belly. Seems that was all he could stomach. Some might consider that a lucky twist of fate, but I had little time to ponder my fortune. Fled as soon as I was able, his radiance never looked kindly on those trying to end his life, or their families. I wandered for years until I settled here and started to seek out others like me, others who had woken from the Empire's dream. Lemurians is what we call the spirits of the dead in the Garlean tongue. A fit moniker if there ever was one. Waking up long from a sleep ain't unlike climbing out of the grave, I can attest to that. Son of a bleeding. I'm meant to give such long-winded speeches when the sand is blowing in my face. I'm headed back for some mail. See you at the headquarters. Oh, we got a nice little history lesson. More about our buddy Emmett too. Well, I guess he was always Emmett. Emmett Selk. Alright. Oh, that's the wrong place. No! I don't want to be here. It's the other side of the place. I need to go. So it doesn't look like there's more job quests. So okay. I'm talking about I'm talking about the gatherers and crafters, so I guess they're still following the same line as with Shadowbringers with the crystalline mean. Which is fine. Welcome back, boss. How was the family? Shaken but unharmed aside from some tousled hair and mangled verse. Orcus left one of his minions behind his gift, but Sessa made quick work of it. I always said she was a keeper. You have an eye for the fierce heart. You changed your tune when you first met. I wager she could slay Orcus all on her own. Not that we let her take all the glory. Of course you wouldn't. We'll all be there when Orcus tries to take us prize. I don't think we'll be waiting long either. Orcus said he'd strike when Cecil was ripe with fear and hatred and despair. Seasonings he's loath to forego. I have an inkling how he might try to draw out those emotions and finish off a half-eaten meal besides. Right you are, Drusilla. How many nights did you mourn your lost avatar? The wellspring of your power. I must say, it was quite the dish. I think not. Move so much a finger and her head will hit the floor. Oh, that's it, Cecila. That fire. I want to see it burn. I want to see it rage. I want to see the hatred that seep into the depths of your soul. Shall I make this Drusilla's final breath? Or this one? It's so very hard to choose. I was right not to give in to my basic instincts. To allow the thought of your taste to simmer in my thighs, you and Drusilla formed a bond. A kinship, even. Born from an understanding of her inconsequential ideals that you may better appreciate the bitter loss. But perhaps I shall wait a little longer to let the flavor of your hatred mature and the tang of your malice ripen. I can make use of Drusilla yet. Revel in her screams, exult in her misery. Ah, how splendid it will be. All while my prized piglet growing fat with loathing and sucking with terror. Patience rewards the dutiful gourmand, after all. When your tantalizing flavor has been fully matured, I shall return, and I shall reap your harvest. Or my harvest. Well, shit. God damn it, voice-in bastard, soulless piece of shit. So I have that Salt and Demon spawn. What do you think, Herman? I know. Now's the time to lose my temper. Deep breaths, keep cool heads. Right, we need a plan. First things first, find out where Orcus is hiding. The rest of the family should be able to get help with that. In the meantime, you need to prepare. I know you're good, Sessa, but we can't leave the boss's life to chance. Sharpen your skills and your scythe and sharpen them once more. The boss can do naught against Orcus without her avatar. That means you'll have to do the heavy lifting. Of course, I'll do what I can to afford you an advantage. You can count on that. For Drusilla. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't get any like relic stuff right now. So there must be, there must be a level 90 quest that has all the relic stuff. There's gotta be. And Shroud. Off is your flesh. Great. More freaking abilities to put on my my thing. Great. It's too bad I couldn't play with that in Zadnor to figure out how to use it when I get my hands on him. Oh, Sasso, listen, we found out where the boss is being held, but I'm warning you, the how of it isn't pretty. An envelope had been brought at headquarters this morning. I opened it, and inside it was shit. Inside was a letter. Was a letter written in blood. There's no doubt whose it was. Orcus is revealing his own cruelty. The letter said he's waiting for us at the Dusk Vigil. Gods knows what he's doing to her now. I'm calling every able-bodied member of the family for this one. We're heading out as soon as everyone's assembled. We're here, mermen, and more are waiting outside. We're here to repay the debt we owe Drusilla with our lives if we must. Our souls, courageous hearts of heart and steel, for leader's sake, the family's ideal. Into the demon's lair they soon shall tread, to end his terror foul, his reign of dread. What are you gonna do? You're a poet. I didn't even take the image off. The boss would beam with pride to see this group of cold-blooded killers. Alright, Sessa, we're ready for when you say the word. I thought the guy wasn't fit for fighting. Face Orcus and you won't be coming back. This is a job for a Reaper. What? Now, we might not hold a candle to the likes of you, but we've got skills. You'll need someone to distract Orcus, right? Then you can move in for the kill while his back is turned. Don't tell us to stay here with our thumbs up our arses with all the boss suffering. Just still wouldn't want you throwing your lives away. What do you know about what she wants? Herman, listen, maybe she's right. I know she's right, goddammit. Doesn't mean it doesn't chafe. The boss wouldn't trust just any woman with the Reaper's arts. Cecil has proven herself worthy in time and again. If you're going alone, take that with you. For the boss, no self-respecting Reaper can reap without their scythe. Now go make Orcus rue the day he crossed into this world. Alright. So the Dusk Vigil, I think it's all the way, yeah, it's way up there. Alright. Surprised they're going there of all places. Okay, let's do it. Oh, that's a fancy looking scythe. Look at that thing. Too bad I got a better scythe. Mine actually glows. I'm quite curious to see what the road opens up for this expansion. Because I've seen what some of the pictures look like of what the weapons for the dungeon gear, especially. Well, the first dungeon, which is I think like level 81, I believe. I've seen some pictures of. I've seen what some of the weapons look like, and the gunblade. Oh, the gunblade! You should have seen the gunblade. It looks so freaking cool. I gotta have that gunblade. I got it. So I gotta get to 80. Well, I'm already 80. I gotta finish these job quests. I gotta do Sage's quest videos. Then I gotta level up my other my reprint Sage again on my other character. Then I can do the story. So, Obviously, by the time this video comes out, the story will be long will be long done. But I'm hoping to get into it maybe tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, if not, or no, tonight maybe. I don't think so, because it's taking me a long while to get these through, and it takes me a couple hours to get one job to the level 80. If not tonight, then sometime tomorrow, definitely. Which is a Sunday, because we're still in early access. And I'll say this right now. It's I probably should have mentioned this at the start. It's a lot faster to get from 71 to 80 now than it was before. Because before I would start like at 10 a.m. at 71 in Zadnor and hit level 80 at around 10 p.m. that same night. Here, it takes like 7 to 8 hours. So it's, in my opinion, faster. Now, by the time this video comes out, there might be better alternatives. Who knows? And I didn't put the box up again. I'm sorry. There's no spoilers though. There you are, Cecil. My prize repassed. Come forward. Why will you contact me through a link shell? Oh, look at that. It's glitching. It's clipping into my weapon. I can smell it. Your fear, your hatred. Your tender and marbled soul, my masterpiece, ripe for the slaughter. I'll savor every bite, strip the flesh from your bones, crack them open to sup up upon the marrow. Okay, freak. How I hungered, how I thirsted, enraptured by the thought of your sweet and the essence trickling down my throat. This guy's a freak! Never have I suffered so in waiting, when beholding your magnificence, I shall see what it was worth every agonizing pang. I do not expect you to leap into my maw willingly, nor do I desire it. I want you to ride and struggle until your dying breath. I like this music. Holy shit. Alright. Alright, waited this feast for far too long. Think I shall skip straight to the main course. Bro, that guy, Blue, dude, I'm loving this music. Pig squirms and rise. Stay still with the chips. Blood finish the job. I'm talking much because I want to take in the music. Obviously, because this is a story, because I haven't done any of the story, I haven't heard any of the music at all. So this is actually amazing right now. Sorry, I fucked that up. I can't die without a final meal. Very good, defiance becomes you. Though it begins to bore me. A noise, rather. 'Tis past time you bared your belly up for my blade. Pray, soul, purpose to satisfy. My word, your aim is terrible. Ah! Oh, got sliced in the back. I'm surprised you didn't get cleaved in half with that. How? There should be nothing left of you. You should have learned to chew your food more thoroughly. Fools, the both of you. I won't die so easily. Now our face begins. Very well, meat is all that is more delicious when it is tenderized. Your soul is ripe, Sentinel. I shall pluck it from your body before it rots. Look at your soul and promise your death will be swift. Alright. Oh. Now, I have heard this music obviously from the trailers and such, but it's still pretty damn good music. No! You did, bitch? What'd I tell you? You got too greedy. No. The honor is yours. I mean, Drusilla is the one who needed to kill him, so the honor is yours. She had. Thank you, Cecila. She has more stake in this than I do. Tripping with fear, boiling hatred, I can smell the exquisite aroma. Woo! Just a taste. Off with his head. It's done. Let's get back to headquarters, Cecila. Nice. Does it take me there automatically? Yes, it does. Boss, Cecila. Sorry for causing you all no end of worry. Tracking me down, you risked your life and limb, and for that I thank you. All of you. We didn't risk anything. We just sat here praying until you and Cecil walked to that door. Don't be so hard on yourself, lass. I know each and every one of you would have joined her if she hadn't taught you some sense into you. We owe you our lives, boss. We owed it to you to return the favor. You're more than I deserve. Who forces them to they hold dear into a personal vendetta? Who leads family to their death? Arnegus wasn't a fool. He knew and accepted the risks. He placed his faith in you because he believed an Orcus had to be stopped. And he was right. There'll be no more victims to mourn. He helped you to achieve that victory. It'll be enough for him, and it'll be enough for me. You're right. This ain't the time for sulking. Arnegus will be the first to tell me that. Now's the time to honor his sacrifice, to toast those we have lost and those still by our sides. And to thank the brave souls that led us here. That means you, Cecila. Much as like to take the credit for Orcus' demise. It was a long, bloody road, but this marks the end of your first assignment as a Reaper. And what assignment it was, eh? You might not be a Guardian, but you tackled your task with a singular resolve that impressed the most hardened soldier. I'm proud to call you family. We may have found the Lemuras to provide a home for wayward Guardians, but we're not so different, Guardians and Angorisians. No great revelation that moments like these help to put it all in perspective. This family was a dream that gave us the strength to survive in a strange land. But the beautiful thing about dreams, if you ask me, is that they can change. They can get better. So I'll say that, from this day forward, the Lemuras will be united not by origin, but by purpose. Brothers and sisters bound by shared convictions. I don't think anyone will object to that, boss. Lemurs are ready to welcome people of all stripes. Starting with you, Tesla. That was all but official already, eh? Aye, here's the birth of a new family, sister. I'm still part of another family. I've been part of so many families I can't keep track of them at all. One day it's been, eh? Hope it'll be a while yet. While yet before I have occasion to yammer on that much again. Too much talking is liable to put me in a sentimental mood, or worse, make me dewy-eyed. So let's leave it at that, eh? You ever get weary from the weird weight of the world on your shoulders? Know that our doors will always be open. If you need an ear to bend, a shoulder to weep on, or a stiff bottle to jump inside, I'll be right here, sister. Good, more skills to play with. Wonderful. Like my hotbar isn't a mess enough as it is. Now I think this opens up the next gauge for Reaper. So this is something else I have to play with. Yeah, there it is. The Shroud Gate signifies the strength of, okay, once enshrouded, the Death Gate will display the time remaining to play host of your avatar, as well as the stack of preliminary shard. Okay. Okay, which are concerned, use powerful attacks as avoid reaping and Kumino. Acquired at level 90. Great! Wonderful. So, I'll definitely have to use a striking dummy. Wait, where's the shroud? Do I not have it in my hotbar? Oh, there it is. Duh. Alright, but that is the levels 70 through 80 job quest for Reaper. Again, I'm assuming there is a singular level 90 quest that opens up at the end of Endwalker. So, it's gonna be a while before I actually get around to doing that. Because I still have to go to the store and everything. Plus, that's included in the process of leveling everything up to 90. So, it'll be a while before I actually get to see the level 90 quests. It'll probably... God. I have no idea when I'll be picking this back up again. Probably a few months from now, if anything. But yeah, once we're ready to pick up Reaper again, we will be back. Who knows when that's gonna be? It's not gonna be soon, I can tell you that much. Alright, so I've gone through Endwalker. I've beaten the story. I've done research into whether or not there's a level 90 job quest, and I have come to find out from people have told me there is no level 90 job quest for Reaper. So, which means this is going to be it for the Reaper job quest video. So, I kind of wish there was a level 90 quest that would have popped up. I was kind of hoping, like what happened with Shadowbringers, for a kind of quote-unquote closure quest, like what we got with the Shadowbringers. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Sad. Oh well. But yeah, yep, that's gonna be it. So that's it for the Reaper job quest videos from level 70 to 80, I guess now. So, I hope you enjoyed them, and I will see you in the next part. Later.